I asked you guys on X to drop your hottest takes about the previous chapter 1140 and you guys did more than enough. So let's read your hot takes and respond to it. And starting with the first one, Gaban was playing around and didn't even show 1%. I mean, look, 1% is kind of exaggerating, okay? But to be fair, yeah, I kind of agree because as we've seen with the flashback of Gaban and Shanks, Gaban just wanted one thing from Luffy to prove to him that he is the guy. At the moment, the very moment that Gaban saw the white form of Luffy, the Gear 5, and Luffy started finally getting serious because as you see in that panel when Scuba Gaban got his axes and started fighting for real, because at the start of that fight, Luffy was playing around as he always does at the beginning of every fight. So Scuba Gaban saw that and decided to attack him for real so that Luffy can be serious. And in that time, as the very moment Luffy gets serious, Gaban got what he wanted, which is to prove something from Luffy that he is really the man, he's really the Joy Boy, he's really the guy that's gonna inherit Roger, his captain. And that's what we got. So this is simple, and that's why Gaban was not fighting that serious, because he was simply playing around and having fun and wanting Luffy to prove to him that he is the guy. Loki is still a bad guy, and by the end of the arc he will escape Elbaf and be on the run. First of all, never underestimate Luffy on understanding people's feelings. I mean, he is the man. Luffy is the guy that can understand every man's feeling. He is the guy who understood that Fujitora was not a person who wanted to kill him. He understood that Katakuri is the man. Yes, he wanted to kill him because, as Rayleigh said, as Luffy learned from the animals and everything in that 1.5 years, or let's say 2 years, he understood people's feelings, or every creature's feelings, and this includes Luffy. So never underestimate Luffy's feelings when it comes to understanding the internal emotions of every creature, not only human being. So no, Luffy is a nice dude, even though it doesn't seem this way, because as you've seen at the very beginning of One Piece, when Luffy met Zoro, Zoro had the reputation of being a bad guy, a killer, blah blah blah, and it turns out to be Zoro is one of the best characters and one of the nicest people in the One Piece world. So yeah, this in my opinion proves that Luffy is a nice guy. Gaban can solo Zoro and Sanji easily. Alright, you guys know me, I'm not the kind of guy who's interested in the power scaling and agenda piece and all of that. So I genuinely don't care about that, and Oda proved so many times that he doesn't care about these stuff either, so why do you even care about that? Yes, he's the left hand of Roger. This makes sense so far because Zoro and Sanji are not super powerful for the time being right now. So yeah, you can say that, you can say whatever you want. But I don't know, I don't even know if I can agree or disagree on that. I might agree on that, but I genuinely don't care about that, so whatever. I mean, Oda doesn't care about power scaling, you shouldn't either. Yes, it's fun to talk about that and to have arguments, so for the argument's sake of it, yes, I do agree with you on that. Luffy is the second strongest on Elbaf. I mean, yeah, I kinda agree because so many people are saying Shamrock, so many people are saying Gaban, so many people are saying Luffy, and some people saying Luffy. So whatever you wanna put in number 1 and number 2, I don't think it makes so much difference because these top 4 characters are so powerful that it's kind of like 1% difference between them all. So like 100%, 99, 98, 97. So yeah, I don't think it makes so much difference on that. To be fair, they're all strong as hell. Luffy Gear 4 is stronger than Scuba Gaban and Prime. Whatever, this is a agenda piece, I'm not gonna respond to that. Zoro solos Gaban. Base Luffy mid-diffing Gaban. Gaban could beat Zoro in a 1v1. I don't think that's a hot take, to be fair. So yeah, I do agree with you, and I don't think that's a hot take. I mean, yes, Scuba Gaban, even in if he's not in his prime right now, I mean, he's most definitely not. He's getting older and old, and he hasn't been in a real fight for like 20 years. But yeah, it totally makes sense. I mean, Zoro hasn't still got it all to be a top tier character in my opinion, so yeah, it totally makes sense. Luffy is still number 1 in Elbaf, and my god, all of these hot takes, bro, number 1, number 2, he solos, Okay, I don't know. Like I said, it doesn't matter who's number one, who's number two, who's number three, who's number four. They're all close together in terms of power scaling, in terms of strength. So yeah, whatever you want to say, Luffy number one, number two, number three, number four, and Elbaf, it all makes sense in my honest and God opinion. Scuba Gaban needs way more screen time than this. If this is all, I'm really disappointed. I mean, yes, totally, we're gonna all be disappointed, but to be fair, this is not it. This is totally not it. Scuba Gaban, Elbaf is Scuba Gaban's arc. And as we've seen, these Holy Knights with Shamrock and all these guys are planning to kidnap the kids. Which, who's one of the kids in Elbaf? It's Cologne. Who's Cologne? Scuba Gaban's kid. So if they got the nerve, if they got the audacity to kidnap Scuba Gaban's son, oh my god, it's gonna be a war. And it's not gonna be easy for these bums, these Holy Knights. It's not gonna be easy. I can already imagine, because Shamrock is probably leaving, so it's the Sanji's uncle, this guy, and this zone creature, and Gunks. It's gonna be these three versus Luffy, Scuba Gaban, and Loki is gonna be fighting Gunks and finally making his revenge and destroying the shit out of Gunks, man. I can't wait to see that. Gaban is for now seen as the second strongest in Roger's crew. Oh my god, this is all agenda if you don't know. It's related to Sanji, Zoro, whatever. I genuinely don't... You all try to make us like or hate one of the other, bro. We all love Zoro, we all love Sanji. This doesn't change the fact that we all love them all. And this will never change the fact that I don't care who's stronger than who. I just want to watch and read One Piece, bro. Leave me alone, come on. Oda doesn't care about you all's power scaling. The fight against Gaban was nice, short, and meant to be entertaining. Twitter is overanalyzing the entire thing. Let's go back to learning how to enjoy a story. I wish I had a hat right now, so thank you. Please, learn from this guy. What a gentleman. Oda fumbling by removing Shamrock from Elbaf. How is that fumbling? How is that even a thing, bro? Oda's the guy who created Shamrock. Oda's the guy who planned to have Shamrock in this arc for the sake of having him talking to Luke and for the sake of introducing this guy, for the sake of introducing Shanks' twin, and for the sake of that, Shamrock was not needed in this arc, because why do we even wanna burn his card if that makes sense? Because we want to see him fight in the final war or something like that. We want to see him have something related to Luffy, Shanks, or these guys. Why do you even want to see him in Elbaf? We got what we wanted to see from Shamrock. Now it totally makes sense in my opinion that he's leaving. Plus, he is the leader, he's the captain of the Holy Knights, so they definitely need him there because it's a whole of another chaos in Marich right now. They don't know how to eat, they don't eat properly, they don't have enough food, and it's total chaos there. They definitely need the leader of the Holy Knights, because the leader of the Holy Knights have a say to these Robito, and he can easily do whatever he wants with them. So they definitely need him there, and they don't need him in Elbaf because they got another 3 Holy Knights in there. And I guess this was it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and drop your thumbs in the comments down below. And I'm gonna do this probably every week. Every time a new chapter releases, I'm gonna do that. So follow me on X and drop your hot takes every week there. I'm gonna make sure to read your hot take. And this is it. Like I said, mwah, get out of here.